What's up, y'all? It's Chad. I'm back with another Monday motivational. Today I want to give you three tips on being a better person. These are something that I continue to work on, and there are things that I did some research and I found just there's a ton of tips out there. You know, it's obviously an open discussion, right? What makes you a better person is not going to be the same as what makes me a better person or someone else, right? But there's some generic ones that I think that are important, and that's the three that I want to talk about today. Tip number one, show gratitude. Be grateful. Like, honestly, I mean, there's a lot of hard things in your life. I'm sure. I don't know your life. You don't know my life fully. But there's a lot of things that are happening that are going to stress you out, that are going to bring you down and put you, and still your joy. But there are things to be grateful for. You woke up, you have another day to give it a shot, right? You have beautiful children, you have a husband or a wife or someone that loves you, family. There are things that you do have that you can be grateful for. But here's the thing, if you're not grateful for what you do have, and you're just looking and being sad about what you don't have yet, then how does that make the people or that part of your life that you're not thankful for, how does it make them feel, especially the people? How does it make them feel when you're not really grateful for them? You want more. You've got someone who loves you, who's doing their best for you, but you're wanting more. You don't have enough money, you don't have a nice enough car, not nice enough house, or whatever it is. And again, like, I know that's very generic, but we all have things in our life that we can be thankful for. We all have things in our life that it's unfortunate, we're sad about, or we wish were better, but there are things that we can be grateful for. So I challenge you to make a list of things that you're grateful for. There's no set amount of how many items or things should be on your list. It's all about you. But I guarantee you, if you think it out and you say how many things that I'm truly thankful for, and you think about that and you really be grateful, then I think that'll help you be a better person. Being grateful is something, Tony Robbins talks about it in all of his books. He talks about being grateful, and it's important. I mean, it honestly is. We have to be thankful for what God has given us now. And I know there's tough times, but if you dwell on the tough times, you dwell in the past, and you forget about the present and the future, then yeah, you're going to be disappointed, and you're going to be, depressed, and it's going to be tough. So just challenge you. Like I said, I challenge you to be grateful for what you do have. Make a list and be grateful about that list. Tip number two, educate yourself both inside your box and outside your box. What I mean by that is, don't just educate yourself based on what your family is taught or what your friends think or what you've been around, this bubble that you've lived your life in. Educate yourself outside of that bubble. So I challenge you to go out and learn about different cultures and learn about different people and different customs and ways that you could be doing things to maybe better yourself for you and for your family. When I was in the Army and a contractor, I got a chance to travel the world, and I loved it because I got to meet people from all over, and the cultures and the customs and just different religions, different background, ethnicities. I mean, just everything. I loved it. I got to learn so much about people and learn how my problems, things that I'm not grateful for or that I'm ungrateful for sometimes, man, there's people in other parts of the world would love to have the things that I have or the things that you have. So educating yourself about more than what's just in your bubble will help you just be cultured. It'll help you learn that there are different ways of doing things, different ways of thinking, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing for you and your family and for the future. So be grateful and educate yourself outside of the box, outside of that bubble that you live in. Tip number three, y'all, learn from your mistakes. We all make them. We all make mistakes, but if you're not learning from them, then you're just going to keep making them, and there's no point for you to keep making them. Because if you learn from them, you won't make them anymore. You might make new mistakes. That's okay. You learn from those, right? Every day, you should just try to get better. If you do something wrong, you learn from it, move forward, try not to do it again. You'll make another mistake. Life happens. You make mistakes. It's okay. But if you're not learning, if you're not trying to figure out why you made these mistakes or why you're making the mistakes, then, I mean, you're just spinning the wheel. It's the same thing over and over. So, yes, make sure that you are learning from your mistakes, understanding that you don't have to continue to make the same mistakes, that you can be a better person. You can do things a better way. I'm going to refer back to, I'll link it right here, to a video I did about being a better spouse. 3 tips on being a better spouse. And I talked about, tip number 3 was don't be insane. And learning from your mistakes is a way to not be insane. Because if you continue to do the same mistake over and over and over and over, and you can't figure out why you continue to be in the same place, same area, the same argument, whatever it is, you're being insane because you're not learning from your mistakes. So learn from your mistakes, write them down. Like for me, I write everything down. Gabriel laughs at me because I'm just a writer. I grab a pen and a paper or type in my phone. I make sure that I can log what I'm doing, how I did it, and if I can do it better. I try to figure that out. I'm always trying to challenge myself to be better in anything and everything that I'm doing. So make sure that you learn from your mistakes. Alright, y'all, so here are those 3 tips again. Tip number 1 is show gratitude. Be grateful for the things that you do have. Make a list and be grateful for that list. And pray that God continues to add to that list according to your dreams and your goals and your ambitions. And yes, so tip number 2 is educate yourself outside of your own bubble or your own box. And you'll learn about a lot of different cultures. You'll learn about how things can be done differently in your life. It's just a really good thing to do. And tip number 3 is learn from your mistakes. That's so important. We all can do it. We can learn from mistakes in every walk of our life. Our personal, parenting, being a spouse, being a boss, being a subordinate, being an athlete, being everything. You can learn from your mistakes because you make them in every, all walks of your life. You make mistakes, so you can learn from them everywhere. If you learn from those mistakes, then you will continue to improve and be better in all areas. So those are 3 tips for becoming a better person. Hopefully these help. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you've enacted some of these, or if you're already using some of these, or if you have some good ones. Leave the comments in the description box. Make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe, tell everybody you know, and thank you so much for watching, and we will talk to you later.